Alrighty, looks like sound is good to go. We are broadcasting right now on YouTube and on Facebook. So I got 7:01, so we'll go ahead and get started here just in one quick moment. Let's see if we can get everything ready to go. All right, thanks for joining. My name is Kevin Gilmore with the National Weather Service New Orleans Baton Rouge office located in Slidell, Louisiana. Thanks for joining, taking your time out of your Saturday to join us talk about the potential for some severe weather and some heavy rain coming up on Sunday. We're going to kind of talk about how the days have been transitioned so far, what kind of weather we've been seeing right now this evening, going into tonight, and then also going through the day on tomorrow as well. So we do have a risk of severe weather, and we do have a flash flood watch in effect, and we're going to go over all those details, including kind of a potential look at some of the timing. We know it's kind of a messy situation tomorrow, and basically what just to expect during the day tomorrow, and then even we'll take a little bit of a peek also going into parts of the upcoming week ahead. See if we maybe can get some drier weather maybe towards the end of the week going in towards next weekend, but we'll be talking all about that here in just one quick moment. First, let's go ahead and just talk about real quick what's actually going on outside of our front door here. If you can see this is the radar imagery from our radar located in Slidell, Louisiana. So what we're seeing right now is some relatively light rain. It's having a little bit of trouble reaching the ground right now, but we did see some reports of light rain coming in from New Roads. It's trying to kind of come down a little bit heavier down towards Morgan City, but again, just really light rain right now. So if you happen to have any plans out this evening, generally not going to be seeing much in the way of very heavy rain prior to midnight tonight. Can't rule out maybe a pop-up heavier shower generally along and west of I-55 in this area, but again, really not going to be anticipating major impacts tonight. It's going to be after midnight where we'll be starting to see that. So going to go ahead and jump here real quick to show you what's causing all this. Well, it's a pretty dynamic storm system that's going on across Texas right now. You can see it pretty distinctively there with that big swirl across south central Texas. They've been getting a lot of flooding towards San Antonio and Austin, Texas. Due to several rounds of very heavy rainfall and flooding concerns in that region. This storm system will move off towards the northeast, and as it does so, it'll be kind of bringing with it the chance for showers and thunderstorms, but it will be weakening with time. So we're not really anticipating a heightened risk of severe weather or flash flooding, but it's enough to where we do have some concerns there. And just showing you real quick some of the radar imagery too of the system, you can kind of see some of these heavier bands and some activity just offshore Lake Charles. That's going to be working its way towards the northeast overnight tonight. So let's go ahead and jump into what's going on right now with the image slideshow here. This is actually some of the Saturday high temperatures that we had today. Really not too bad, pretty similar to what we've been seeing the past day or two here with highs in lower 80s to upper 70s. So generally speaking, just cloudy conditions. Not really a bad day if you happen to get out and maybe get some yard work done or do some shopping or errands or anything like that. But a lot's going to be changing here coming around the corner, and that's going to be starting with on Sunday, where we do have a risk of severe weather. Now, this is a slight risk, what we call it a 2 out of 5 risk, if you want to kind of give it a scale. You can see there on the bottom right of the picture there, and that's pretty much for the entire area. That's all of southeast Louisiana and southern and coastal Mississippi. Potential impacts right now is going to be damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour. Large hail, can't rule that out, and it can even rule out maybe a few isolated tornadoes as well. Timing is really going to be during the daylight hours, and we're going to be showing that with model guidance here in just a quick moment, what kind of a messy situation that we may be having tomorrow with the potential for maybe more than one round of heavy rain and maybe even some strong to severe storms. So, of course, always have multiple ways to get warnings should warnings become required on the internet. We're posting on Twitter and Facebook, but most reliable way is going to be through your wireless emergency alerts on your smartphone, and you can never go wrong with a NOAA weather radio. Just make sure it's got fresh batteries in case you lose power. Also, I'm kind of hitting this a lot this season is by getting people aware to tell your family and friends. If anyone has plans tomorrow and they may not be aware of the severe weather potential, just shoot them a text, call them real quick. Say, hey, there's severe weather. If you got some outdoor plans, you may want to be careful. Just be weather aware during the day tomorrow. This is what we were talking about with the flash flood watch that's in effect. Now, we're going to be showing a lot of graphics here that's going to be really pinpointing on a bullseye location where we're thinking the greatest chance for isolated flash flooding potential is going to be. And pretty much if your county or parish is in that green color, you're in a flash flood watch. And that's where we expect the potential for around 1 to 3 inches of rain. However, there could be locally higher amounts, especially where any heavier rain bands that form. Additionally, what we see a lot down here along the northern Gulf Coast is high rainfall rates, and that could lead to very fast, quick flash flooding concerns there. So this does not include the city of New Orleans. However, we still think there could be some showers and thunderstorms across the South Shore and southeast Louisiana, but the greater risk is going to be along I-10-12 up to the north, including Baton Rouge, Covington, Slidell, Gulfport, Pascagoula, Macomb, any of those areas. Again, you're under a flash flood watch, and this is in effect beginning 1 a.m. tonight through late Sunday night. So this is what we're talking about with that flash flood watch. You see that it kind of matches that bullseye from the Weather Prediction Center, what they have issued, what is called an excessive rainfall outlook, which follows the same categorical convention that we see from Storm Prediction Center outlooks of a marginal, slight, moderate, and high. Really, that slight risk area, what you need to know there is that's going to be the area we're really generally focused on. And we know that does kind of pull a little bit in New Orleans, but the greater risk is going to be up towards the north and west of the city. However, we can't rule out some isolated flash flooding concerns pretty much just about anywhere, because as you see, there's a marginal risk for areas that are not in a slight risk. So there is some degree of risk across the entire area, and that's why we're trying to hit hard those potential for heavy rainfall. And just a little bit of understanding what we're talking about with the difference between slight risk and marginal risk, and a kind of a 1 out of 4 category. That's where we're talking about localized, most vulnerable are going to be urban areas, roads, and small streams, and it's just pretty much isolated flash flooding as possible in that same area. So going back, what I'm talking about is that yellow area that you see there under that slight risk, where we're going to be a lot more focused there for the potential of flash flooding. So here's some of the rainfall totals that we're talking about. We're saying generally a widespread 1 to 3. But we're talking more like maybe 2 to 3 in that corridor from Baton Rouge going across the North Shore and possibly even getting into coastal Mississippi. There could be local higher amounts than that, especially if any, like I said before, if any heavier rain bands set up, we may be seeing some locally higher than 3-inch amounts, which could definitely lead to flash flooding concerns, maybe some local rises on area streams and creeks around some bayous and rivers across the area, especially in that area you see the brighter colors. So just want to make sure that you have a reliable way to receive warnings. So that includes severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, or even in flash flood warnings. All three modes can be possible during the day tomorrow. So just make sure you have a reliable way to receive warnings. So I know we've been talking a lot about the timing. We're going to jump back to that here real quick and show you what we're talking about using, this is simulated model guidance. This is just a tool that we use as forecasters to predict what may be occurring up into the future with what the models are going to be predicting, what the radar is going to look like sometimes 12, 36, 48 hours in advance. And it's a very useful and beneficial tool. However, you can't use it literally because it's just that. It's a tool. Model guidance changes based out of atmospheric conditions that are initialized in the model when it starts. So for this model run, we're going to start what you see here of a model interpretation of what it looks like at 6 o'clock. So if we go ahead a little bit here, this is 7 o'clock, and it's matching relatively well with what we're seeing on radar. We see that there is some showers across near Baton Rouge. Whether it's heavy enough or not, that may change here in the next few hours. So let's see, I'm going to move up here so you can see the time at the very top. So this is 7 o'clock right now. So every time I change this, we're going to go another hour. So now we're going towards 9 o'clock tonight, and 10, 11, and 12. We notice that some of this activity that's going on right now should diminish a little bit. However, we can't rule out maybe some drizzle. Now as we cross over midnight, going through early tomorrow, now we're at 5 a.m., we're going to start to see a little bit more showers and thunderstorms developing out towards our west and approaching far western areas of our area of responsibility. That's going to be Baton Rouge, Point Coupee, Abbeville Parish. And then get towards 6 a.m. Now there's a little bit of inconsistency here we've seen with models, or different models, that there could be some organization of this, possibly a band of showers and storms, or it could just be a messy a batch of showers and storms. But the whole point here is that as we go ahead through 7, 8, and 9 a.m., we see that it transitions from west to east, and it may be messy like this. Any one of those brighter colors you see in reflectivity has the potential that could be some heavy rain and maybe some strong to severe storms. And it'll be racing across the area, reaching the Mississippi Gulf Coast late tomorrow morning towards early parts of the noon hours on Sunday. So I want people to be aware of that there may be a possibly an organized line. We're just not 100% sure about that yet. Confidence is low on the exact storm mode, but just be aware as this races across. Now we're at noon. Just light showers in the back end where the convection is going to be now over towards Mississippi Gulf Coast. So if you're in Gulfport, Biloxi, Bay St. Louis, Pascagoula, just be aware that most of your morning will be dry. It's going to be towards the late morning to early afternoon where we're expecting some of that heavier rain and strong to severe thunderstorm potential. But we notice now, even going beyond that towards mid to late afternoon tomorrow, there may be some redevelopment behind it. There may be even a potential second round of showers and maybe some strong storms. So that's why we said the timing is primarily pretty much any time during the day tomorrow, lasting all the way through the evening hours, getting New Orleans sand all the way through 8 and 9 o'clock. So keep that in the back of your mind if you have Sunday evening plans or Sunday night plans as well, early Sunday night plans, that these showers may be parading across the area. More, I would say, chances are going to be more east of I-55 late Sunday as it kind of pulls across the area. However, some of the redevelopment of light showers could be possible across the entire nighttime hours. So that's kind of like what we're expecting here, kind of some of the thoughts, what we're looking at with this heavy rain and severe weather potential. And of course, as we were mentioning before about flash flood safety, if a flash flood warning is issued, please take it seriously. Get to higher ground. If you're in a vulnerable area, do not drive into water. We don't want you to put your life at risk because we don't want you to put your life at risk because it puts those coming out to rescue you, their lives at risk as well. Just don't even risk it. Don't even try it. And stay informed. We'll be posting frequent updates here on Facebook and on Twitter as well. With some of the latest outlooks, we'll be doing radar loops when we start to see this activity early in the morning hours tomorrow. We'll be posting frequent updates, and we'll give you the best heads up we can with when this severe weather or any type of stronger storms or flash flooding potential approaches your area. Now, looking beyond that, what kind of weather do we have going into next week or the upcoming week after this weekend? Well, I hate to say this, but it looks like the rain and storm chances will persist. More so, it's looking like it's going to be Tuesday getting into early Wednesday where we may have yet another round of strong to possibly severe storms, maybe some locally heavy rainfall as well. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Temperatures going up to the mid 80s. However, we're going to try and get this front. So this is going to be the kick that we're looking for to get this system out of here. But there is some lack of confidence about how far we can get that front to pass through the area. It may hang up across far coastal southeast Louisiana, or it may hang up towards the northern Gulf of Mexico. Regardless, we're going to try and really still get a little bit more drier air and towards the later part of the week. Here's the forecast you see here to the top left, New Orleans, Baton Rouge to the bottom right, transitioning to Macomb top left, and then Gulfport bottom right. Really, we're seeing just about for all locations, we're going to try and see if that drier air can win the battle here as we get towards late week, and especially towards the weekend is looking very pleasant. So a few days with some off and on showers and thunderstorms. A few storms may be locally severe. We're going to be monitoring that for during the day on Sunday, and again we'll be posting a little bit more information about any type of severe weather or flash flooding potential on Tuesday once we get past the day tomorrow. We want to focus on one system at a time with this, just get through the system on Sunday first, and then as we get towards Sunday night and Monday, we'll be probably talking a little bit more about the storm system on Tuesday. So just keep your umbrella handy. It's going to be a little bit of a wet pattern. Please take the weather seriously. Make sure you have a good source for weather information should warnings be required coming up here for the next several days. We'll end it there. Just wanted to make this a kind of a short and sweet update to talk about the weather threats, and we will promise to be doing more updates on social media, and follow us, of course, on Twitter and Facebook, and our webpage, weather.gov/New Orleans. Thank you for joining, and have a great rest of your evening.